Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and a doctoral student of psychology. Today, I want to talk about the signs, like really big signs, that an avoidant is emotionally attracted to you based on their behavior, okay? And so I had mentioned before, and we talked about this pretty recently, about what avoidants find attractive. And during that video, a lot of them were actually things that they were emotionally attracted to. Avoidants, every person is different. They have different physical attractions, right? But a lot of avoidants have very similar attraction that they find emotionally. And this is compatibility as well. Avoidants are really specific about what's compatible because they're afraid of relationship failure. And so they're really particular about compatibility. So what they find attractive is based on how they perceive the relationship going forward. And so we've already touched on what they find attractive, but how do you know they're emotionally attracted to you? And that's today's video. So this is for both male and female avoidance, and it is also for both fearful and dismissive avoidance, fearful/disorganized. A lot of you guys don't know fearful avoidance is the same as disorganized attachment. They're the same thing. But anything specific regarding gender or which avoidant attachment, I will mention, as I always do. The first one is a little bit more common with male avoidance, but not all the time. But it's a little bit more common. Shared activities. If they do activities with you or do shared activities with you, this is a sign that an avoidant is emotionally attracted to you. And I'm going to actually explain why, so it just makes a little bit more sense. Avoidants are they're uncomfortable with vulnerability. I think most people already know that, okay? But particularly with shared activities, is a lot of them can be ashamed of maybe the activities they like. They're afraid to be made fun of. They're afraid to be embarrassed. And so when they share activities with you, they trust that you're not going to do those things. But there's another side to it as well. And this is a side about avoidance that a lot of people do confuse with people who have NPD, because there's one particular trait about avoidance that can overlap a little bit. A lot of avoidants, they have a high opinion about particular parts about themselves. Not that they think they're better. That's why it's different than people who have NPD. They almost believe they have to feel that way because it shows that they're strong. And so I'm just trying to say this in a way so I hope you guys don't get too confused with this one. They feel like the activities that they do, they're really specific to maybe people who can regulate themselves or people who are confident or whatever it is. And so the fact that they share these activities with you it shows that they believe that you can handle their activities as well. So for example, let's say one of their activities is chess. They are okay with playing chess with you because they feel like you guys are intellectually compatible. Does that make a little bit more sense? And maybe sports. Maybe they're really good at basketball. And even if you're not that good with basketball, they still trust that you're not going to give up and you're not going to cry if you scrape your knee, for example. And so that's what I mean by avoidants think that their activities have like a certain emotional regulation. I'm not saying they think they're like the best basketball player in the world. That would be like a little bit more leaning towards someone who has NPD. But they believe that the way they play their activities or do their activities is a little bit different. They don't need as much break times, or if they scrape their knee, they still get up and continue playing, whatever it is, okay? And so part of this is that they share those activities because they feel like you also can handle it as well. So I hope that made sense. I'll make more videos on that particularly because I'm guessing that a lot of you guys might need more clarification on that particular aspect because there's a lot about it. So I will definitely make more videos on it because I don't think I should talk about that particular trait too often with avoidance, okay? The next one is that they open up about random or small stressors. So, for example, let's say you guys are on the phone and they're mentioning, I feel like I haven't been eating as much protein. I need to reach my protein goals. It's like a very fleeting thought, but they're very comfortable sharing their fleeting thoughts with you. They don't have as much of a filter on with you. Very much like they trust you, okay? Another example could be, I'm really stressed out about this meeting I have. I don't know what to do, but I'll figure it out. They're not even looking for sympathy or even like a long drawn out conversation. It's just that they trust you that you can handle their feelings, to be honest. They're okay with just giving you some of the thoughts that they're feeling. They might say, I've been feeling like I'm slacking. I want to do this. I want to do that. They don't even need you to say, you're right. Let's come up with a protein plan together. That's not what they're really expecting. You can just say, oh yeah, I understand. I appreciate you sharing. That's really enough for them. And that's really actually motivates them to tell you even more. Because sometimes what can happen, and some folks, you guys do this, and we've talked about this in our sessions, but I feel like this will just help in general. Sometimes what you guys do when an avoidant opens up, you get so excited about it. Sometimes it's too much for them and they withdraw even further. And so let's talk about the protein example. Let's just say they say, oh, I feel like I need to eat more protein. You'll say, oh yeah, that's true. Me too. Let's come up with a plan together. I can make a plan for how much protein we can eat and I can email it to you. That's like, that can be a lot for them. They might pull away. And I know you guys are like very enthusiastic and happy that they're opening up. But this is too much for them at some point because they're very slow to opening up in general. And so a better way is you can say, oh yeah, I can appreciate that. Fair enough. Me too. Thanks for sharing. That actually will help them to be more open to opening up in the future rather than the original concept we were just talking about, like you making a little chart for them and everything. That might discourage it. Just a side note, okay? The next one is they teach you things. It can be anything. It can be about taxes. It can be about, I don't know, anything you want. Basketball. We were just talking about basketball earlier. They're teaching you something. And the reason that they do this is similar to what I talked about earlier. They feel like you can handle it, but they also, avoidants love indirect attachment. And it's like they're giving you something that they curated themselves. And to them, that feels very loving. To be honest, if you worked really hard about learning something, they're giving it to you for free, which sounds so weird. But avoidants, they care so much about hard work, and they're kind of skipping that hard work step to give this information. So, for example, let's just talk about basketball. Let's say they've been playing basketball ever since high school. So they love basketball. They played high school basketball. They love it. They do it all the time. Okay, and they have years and years of experience with basketball. And they had to learn from that experience. They failed a lot. They learned a lot of things. But they're giving you their knowledge, let's say just, 15, 20 years. I don't know how old this person is. I don't know. Whatever their age is, okay? That many years of experience and giving it to you basically on a silver platter. Here's what I learned about basketball. Let me teach you. Even though maybe they've been playing it for many, many years. Nobody taught them when they were, I don't know when they started, 16, 14, but they're giving it to you. And so that's why teaching is very important. It's a very intimate feeling, actually, for avoidants. It seems very indirect, but that is important for them, okay? The next one is they learn from you. Perhaps you are a good cook and you tell them, hey, don't use this oil or don't use that oil, the temperature, whatever specific things. I like cooking, so that's the one I thought of. I cook a lot. And so maybe they're learning those specific things from you. They might start copying those things or mimicking those things or just learning. And it might not even be something you said. You might just do something. And because you guys are so close and they're so attracted to you emotionally, they pick those things up. The next one is they admit to trying to be patient with you. So this could be in a form of frustration, but it's still a sign of attraction and attachment, okay? They might say, I'm trying to be patient. I just want you to understand. Sometimes it's hard. I'm not a patient person. And they're trying to tell you, please understand, I am putting an effort. Basically, I don't want you to leave me because I'm struggling with being patient. I want you to understand that I am trying to be patient. And the last one is they try to solve your problems. This is much more common with male avoidants, like significantly more common. Now, yes, female avoidants do this, but it's not nearly as common, okay? So if your female avoidant does not do this and she never does this, it doesn't mean she's not attracted to you. It's probably just because she's a female avoidant in comparison to a male avoidant. They try to solve your problems. Whatever it is, they give you solutions. They try to be there for you. And so these are just some of the signs that an avoidant is emotionally attracted and attached to you. I hope this video is helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.